What up?
The
Welcome,
tank is here, baby.
welcome to the tank.
What
This
up,
is
everybody?
BiggBuddah. I am NimonTank, and
What's good?
together we create the NimonTank.
The fucking NimonTank, baby.
And just give me a quick how do you describe the NimonTank? If you were to describe it, Nee.
The NimonTank is it's the culmination of ideas from the collaboration of us.
Which
That
is
sounds good, huh?
yeah, no, that's pretty solid. That's like people talk about like high thoughts, right? Key and Peele did a great job of like talking about
Oh
high
yeah.
thoughts, and they just went way too far with it. Talking about poop, right?
Yeah,
To
that
like
shit was
dookie
funny as hell.
clouds, right?
Where
And
do it go?
yeah, but where does it go? Right? But we also do very similar things, and I think we do it at a relatively high level of, uh, just we enjoy each other's company. We talk about things. We go down rabbit holes that other people may not. But
Mm-hmm.
we've had some incredible life experiences that sound crazy, but actually happened to us.
Some good, some not, but all we're learning experiences for
All of
sure.
them. And the one thing that I think I learned, and I think How I Met Your Mother said it best, is nothing good ever happens after 2 a.m.
Oh wait. You got that from How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the
Oh,
quote. Is like nothing good happens after like 2 a.m.
yeah, that's crazy that that's a How I Met Your Mother quote because that is a Geeta Shetty, who's my mother. That is a her quote that used to be nothing ever good happens after 12 is what her time was. She would
She's
say that
right.
to me all the fucking
She's
time.
right.
Oh, she is right.
She's
Oh,
right.
she is. She's 100% right. There was fun things. There was fun things that happened after 12 for sure.
In the sack.
Good things. I don't know. Good things. I don't know, but fun things for sure.
Things that you tell your friends afterwards, uh,
Yeah.
and maybe indulge for a minute.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Honestly though, the experiences that we have had, the good and the bad, they've been. That's gonna be like if I have Alzheimer's and I'm an old man. That's gonna be the memories that stick around.
Well,
Those are gonna be the last
here's
ones.
the crazier thing is that you have had individual experiences that I've never had, right?
Of course, as
And
with you, yeah.
right, and so then we come together and we talk about these experiences, and we look at each other like, man, that's crazy. Like, I can't imagine being in that situation.
Sometimes, like, how the fuck did you get into that
Yeah, like
situation?
what? Well, it's a story to get into it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know so today what we'd like to do is actually get into a story that lasted, I don't know, maybe 14 hours, 15 hours.
Oh my god, yeah. It was all within. It was all within.
It
Well,
was all within
kind
24
of.
hours,
Yes, 100%,
but
hundred
it was
percent.
like 15 hours of
It was
debauchery that we
for the
went through.
whole time was 15 hours. Yep, that's probably about right. It started out in one town on one day. It ended in another city on a different day.
Well, so it all started because your boy, uh and like you know him better than I do. Like I wouldn't call him my boy, I would call him acquaintance, you know
Bevo, yeah,
but
hell yeah.
but
It all started at a fucking at just trying to have a good time that night, dude.
yeah, so we meet up. We're trying to like just we're smoking hookah. He's back from college.
Yeah, the plans.
Um,
Okay, real quick for the viewers, the plan started out. The plan started out super simple. Okay, we were gonna go to this hookah bar that we've been to several times before. It's a cool hookah bar. Usually there are cool people there. Great time. You just hang out, smoke some hookah, talk some shit. Um, this was very close to Christmas time. This was like fuck. I feel like this was like the week before Christmas. But
Yeah, no,
But
it was right in there. It was like it was a week before Christmas, which is why he was back in town, and we all wanted to meet up and we all wanted to chill, right?
yep, we all were gonna just have a good time, and that was the plan, was to just have that good time and then bounce. But things changed. Am I going the right way?
Oh, maybe it's me, dude. Maybe it's me. Maybe I just need
No,
to
no, no. You're good.
fix your shit.
You're good. I'm centered.
All right, word. So we all meet up and we go to a hookah lounge, and we're all just chilling. And he is an active like sports better. So he's watching the TVs and he's bet on
Yeah,
these
he's a
teams,
big better.
and he kept
I think he had a
losing.
parlay going. He had a parlay going that night,
He had
and not only did
he had multiple parlays going that night.
the reason for those parlays is because he was banking on those for some extra Christmas cash.
Yeah, to get gifts for his mom, his dad.
Yeah, he
Like,
wanted to
he's
get
doing it for a
gifts.
good reason, but gambling is gambling, and it's the way
Mhm.
it is.
Sometimes
So
you win, sometimes you lose.
he lost out,
And
you
my
know,
boy lost.
and
My boy lost, went into just a sad depression mode, and I guess he started brainstorming on ways that he could remedy this situation.
that was gamble more.
And what? Yeah, that was gamble more, except gamble in person at the casinos.
So
To which there wasn't a shot I was going.
So he then says, "Well, why don't we just go down to AC?" And Nihal, my boy, BiggBuddah over there, looks at me like, I know you're gonna say no to this because it's a stupid idea. And my response was, "Fuck yeah."
Yeah, that fucking threw me for a goddamn loop. Because I thought, okay, one person is in this crazy fucking spiral where he just wants to keep on gambling to try and win back money. But I know that my boy is going to be clean, fucking no gambling. We're just doing this and we're having a great night and going home. But no, this motherfucker lights up like the 4th of July.
So
And he is so down.
I gamble from time to time. My wife actually thought I had a problem because like people told her, "Oh,
Really? I didn't know that.
He goes to the casino, he does this and that." But I've won a good amount of money at the
Yeah.
casino, right? Like I've legitimately won a good amount of money. Blackjack is kind of my game. I won on slots. You know, like I had reasons to go to casinos and do
And
well.
you're not the type to sit there and fucking spend days on days trying
But at the same
to
time,
gamble.
well,
either.
no, I look at it as I'm gonna go to Dave and Buster's, right? I'm willing to spend $200 at Dave and Buster's with the understanding that I may not win anything.
Yep.
Right?
This
But
is money to spend.
right, but I go to a casino and I go, I got $200. Am I entertained? And sometimes I can make money,
Yep.
right? So you don't play with bad money, you know, like that's a stupid thing to do. But
100%.
that is 100% what ended up happening.
Well, okay. First of all, I was the only one that said no. It was us.
Three. It was just the three of us.
It was just us three. No, there was someone else in the car.
No. It was just us three in the car. No. So you're right. Originally, we were with
Diana
the
was there.
Oh yeah. D was there.
Diana was there because I
She
remember
bounced.
Diana
She
was there
bounced.
because. Okay, so yeah. So he goes through his depression state. He comes up with this idea. I said no. I said no. Fuck that. That's not happening. At least for me. Y'all, if y'all want to go and have a great time, go have a great fucking time. But I don't think I'm gonna go. And that was the decision. I made that decision. That was my decision when we left that fucking establishment.
Us to the hookah lounge.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I had a fucking minivan at that point, so it
I
was
also had a minivan.
the greatest thing. Yeah, it was so nice to carpool. But yeah, so I had made my mind up that I wasn't gonna go. And I told them that they can go if they want to. And so, end of the night happened at the hookah lounge. We all pile into the Honda Odyssey. If you sleep on it, you don't know about it. So we all pile in. We drive back home. As we're driving back home, there is this one back road that doesn't really have any lights or anything like
There's
that.
zero
But
lights.
as we're driving, a baby, a little fucking baby, like the top of the head was at the bumper. Baby fucking deer
Fawn.
pops out. Yeah, pops out on the right side of the car, smashes into the fucking corner of my Honda Odyssey. To which I was pissed. What you don't know is that I have a horrible, horrible fucking history with deer. I'm a absolute animal lover. That is the only animal that I really, really would love to hunt.
Okay,
Is
well,
deer.
so
'Cause
one,
pointless, pointless.
in New Jersey, deer like quite literally outpopulate the people, which is crazy to think about. They just keep
They're everywhere, and
producing.
there's not enough hunting people.
We need more hunters in New Jersey.
Mhm.
But two, I saw this deer, and I said, "Dude, a deer," and it was like he turned into the deer. Like GTA,
That
there's
motherfucker
zero
jumped.
repercussions of what's happening right now. I don't care if there's 1 star, 5 stars from the police. Like, I'm going to hit this dude.
That motherfucker jumped out. Okay.
I told you that there was a deer there, and you did not slow down. If it jumped into us or not, you didn't slow down.
That little shit.
Fucked up your entire car.
He fucked up that whole front corner. He fucked up. I stopped the car. First, I stopped the car in some random driveway, and I was in a fit of fucking rage. I was for no reason. Now, remember, this is years and years ago. I was young and dumb.
Well, so really quick, you did stop in a random driveway, which then we pushed, like, we drove the car to a like gas station ish location farther down the street, which was less than a mile, and we just like kind of planted your car there, and then this next thing that you're about to talk about occurred.
Well, because that's when my good fucking brothers here, they took advantage of my mind state. Okay, they took advantage of my mind state.
No.
No. You get your chance to talk. They took advantage of my fucking mind state. Okay, we were traveling with a handle of vodka in the car, and after we stopped, I knew I need to take a sip of something just to calm me down, take the edge off. That sip ended up lasting a little longer than a sip. I drank a lot of that fucking bottle, and
so it was a liter, and it may have had 3/4 filled. And after BiggBuddah got done with it, one, it was empty, and then he decided to smash it on the ground. So
that took out the last of the anger that I had.
Well, drips them out for the homies. But
Hell yeah.
you grunt smashed it on the ground, and I was like, I was hoping to enjoy some of that.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? I got into an inebriated state, and then once I was in that kind of a state, the idea of going to, now mind you, this is like, fuck, what was it, 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock?
Yeah, right
night?
around there, 9:30, 10, probably right around there.
After getting inebriated, that sounded like a great way to blow off some steam.
Well, so now we're in a situation where we all want to go down. Nihal is now trashed and wants to go down. We don't have a ride. So we call up one of our boys. I think it's actually one of Diana's boys that actually picked us up and dropped us off to get my car, which was a minivan. Don't sleep on the Sienna. And
minivan swag, baby.
Dude, minivan swag. So we all load in. Deanna goes home, right? She's like, "Oh my god, this fucking happened." And I proceed to drive because now I didn't drink anything because Neil drank everything.
I'm sloshy. I'm sloshy on the way there.
So I'm driving down. It's like what, a 2-hour drive. to get down there.
Yeah,
right,
about
with
that.
traffic. But it's like late at night, so I'm just flying on the highway.
We're flying.
We're
We
flying on the
flew
parkway.
down
You know, we're just like getting down there. So I'm flying down there. I'm feeling good. We're just blasting music. I got like Kendrick Lamar going. You know, like just ripping down.
We were
there.
jamming. Yeah, we were having a great fucking time.
So we get down there, and it's like, all right, boys, this is it. So
And we knew we were only staying a few hours. We knew that it
was
wasn't
going to be
like
2 hours and coming back. It was going to be like a 2-hour trip, and we driving back home. Spending more time in the car, less time, like in the casino.
Mm-hmm.
We get down there. We're trying to find a table to play at. We're trying to find like what ranges we're trying to play at. And Nihal, to be fair, you are not a gambler.
I don't gamble. Yeah.
Like I'm a gambler. One time we were at a casino together, and I hit on roulette, and I was tying my shoe, and you went nuts for me. I don't know if you remember that.
Which that one time that's a.
Oh,
I know
time?
that I've been there. Yeah, I've been around you plenty of times when you fucking won some shit that I was like, holy shit.
It's when it was like red 19 on roulette for.
Red 19, I'll never forget. Oh, I remember that. I remember that because part of the reason I went fucking nuts is because I matched your bet.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
Red 19, I gamble Red 19 every time I go to a casino, which, as you know, is not very often. Every time I go, the first game of roulette, I will put Red 19 after that.
Really? Because
literally every time.
The reason why I do it is because my sister's favorite team is the San Diego Padres. Her favorite player is Tony Gwynn, right? Tony Gwynn wore number 19, and he was what makes him so famous is he always got a hit. Yeah, your dog doing nuts.
I know. I see him. I see him eyeing the camera every now and then.
So, like, my thing was like, hey, Red 19 always gets a hit, and I go to tie my shoe, and everybody's going nuts. And you're like slamming on me. You're like doing all this and that. And I'm like, get the fuck off me.
What is happening?
Yeah, like I just put like a $5 bet down. Like, this is ridiculous.
That was the best part.
And it was just nuts how like the payout was, right? And you looked at me like, I'm done gambling.
Yeah, because I just went 32-1 odds. I'm good.
But all right, so back to the story where.
I mean, shit. That's all part of it.
Well, so casinos in New Jersey, you can park in there for free, but when you leave, you have to pay. So this is going to be a very important point when we get to the end of the story.
Oh, yeah.
So we get
you pay at the end. You pay at the end when you're leaving.
So we get into the casino, we take out some money, and always take out money before you get to a casino because the surcharges are ridiculous.
Hell yeah.
It also created a secondary rule that I implement with my friends is that if it's a weekend of we're going to be gambling, we're going to be doing this and that, give the other person your debit card so you can't take out more money. This trip created rules for myself of how to gamble responsibly.
Yeah.
Right? So we then take out, X amount of money, you take out X amount of money, he takes out X amount of money, and you said to us, gamble my money. And we said, okay. So I'm then standing there trying to count cards.
Oh, when we went to blackjack.
Yeah, I'm trying to count cards, right?
Oh God, I don't remember the woman's name,
Carla.
but the first blackjack.
I will never forget her. Carla.
The first person was awesome.
The first person was awesome, but Carla took all of our money.
Carla was the bane of our existence.
I will never forget this woman.
I'll never forgive this woman.
Respect. I hate this woman with everything in my soul.
We were all up. All three of us were up with the first dealer. We were all doing a great.
Yeah, we doubled up. I think all of us were about doubled up.
Yeah.
And then shift change occurred, and Carla came in, and we were just like, it can't keep going bad.
Yeah, Carla just took our money on first one. She's like, "Oh, bad luck," and we're like, "Yeah, probably just bad luck. We can."
But then but then the original dealer came back, and we were winning.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Oh, this is cool." you know?
Yep.
And then shift change again. So if you've been to a casino, you know that now we've been there for like 4 hours.
Yeah, mind you, this was like a 2 hour, 2.5 hour plan.
Planned trip. Now we've been there for like 4 hours. Carla comes back in, we're losing money again. So we're picking up our chips and waiting for the other dude to come back. But in that
Bevo
time,
is not. Bevo is not. Bevo was
Yes.
still jumping
Yes,
around.
That is true. And
He was trying his best.
then a drunk girl appears. And when I say an ogre,
Okay, thank you. I was like, are we gonna try not to say something about her because she was, oh my god, oh my god. Anybody that played like Elden Ring, you know Morgoth? She was like Morgoth in human form.
yeah, if you didn't play Elden Ring, it's like, you know that like uh that purple thing from like McDonald's?
The Hamburglar.
No, he was in black and white. I'm talking about like the purple, like he shaped like a pear, you know?
Yeah, they had that fucking shake for him.
Yes. That comes into mind.
Grimace. Thank you.
Grimace comes into mind with blonde hair and saggy boobs.
Saggy everything. Saggy body. She had saggy body.
The only reason why we know this information is because she presented it.
This is back. Oh my god. She was flirting. She was flirting with us so fucking hard, which was hilarious
But
because
she was the three of us. Like she was not just flirting with one of us. She was like
first of all,
like, rotating around trying
every
to flirt
single
with
person.
everyone.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. This
individual.
Okay. Yes, individual. Was trying she was trying so hard to flirt with us. This is back when I smoked cigarettes too.
I also smoked. Yeah, so we're smoking cigarettes. We're ripping cigarettes.
We had gone at the casino at the I don't know if it's all around, but at the casino you had to go to a certain area if you were going to smoke. You could only stand in that area. All of us smoked, so we all said, "Okay, let's go. Let's get away from Big Bertha and let's go smoke a cigarette." So we go to smoke our cigarette, and Big Bertha came over there as well. We're standing there. There was.
do it. Tell him.
No, I was gonna say there's also two very such innocent,
meek,
fucking little Asian men, bystanders, innocent bystanders.
Japanese men, because I'm Japanese. They were two meek Japanese men experiencing America.
Not knowing English was not their first language as well. So they're over there as well. Morgoth came over to come and talk to us some more. She's talking. So she's talking about wanting to take us into the bathroom. She's telling us how she would give us fellatio in the bathroom. Where, I mean, we didn't need to let that happen, but we didn't need to let this continue. But it was hilarious seeing this fucking train wreck.
She was wasted. She was extremely intoxicated.
Destroyed. She was destroyed. So yeah, we kept the conversation going. It was hilarious.
She asked for cigarettes, and we like shared our cigarettes with her and stuff like that. And I don't know the political like term for this, but she like I can't say it because I would get canceled for it, but she made it very wet.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. And I'm so glad you didn't say it. Holy shit. Holy shit, that's so funny, dude.
So if you're a smoker, you'll know what I'm talking about. Especially if you're like a weed smoker back in the day with joints and things, like you'll know what I'm talking about. But there's a thing people do where they just put a bunch of saliva on whatever you're smoking, and
on that smoking tip.
Yeah, and it makes it very soggy. And back in the day, there was a very non-PR term for it, and so I just don't know the nuances of how to say it in today's society.
She donkey lipped it. There you go. She donkey lipped it. Okay, we'll change it to that. Shit. So she's slobbering all over these goddamn cigarettes. She's asking us if we want to go with her into the fucking bathroom. At one point, do you know? At one point, she grabbed my jewels and asked.
No.
She asked why I wasn't. She's like, first she asked me if I was homosexual because I was not
aggressively acting on these things.
Well, I wasn't standing at attention. With her very sexy flirting, I was not standing at attention, to which she asked if I was. I said, what? No, not... literally what I said was, no, not at all, but it's something about, I'm a grown man, talking isn't going to do anything. Blah, 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 blah. So we're still talking to this girl, and out of the fucking ether, I don't know where this man...
Oh, no, wait. There's more to this.
I'm sorry, am I skipping?
Yeah, you're skipping a little bit. So, Bevo then comes over to smoke a cigarette, and he's upset because he lost, because Carla's a bitch. And, he starts negotiating with this woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want fellatio, I want the thing. And she's like, I can't give that up. And he goes... Well, that's what I want. I don't want that. She's like, but I could do it really good. You know, like, she's just, like, trying... I don't know why.
He's trying to sell her services.
Yeah, sell her services, right? And he's like, I don't want that. You know, like, he just literally saying, like, I don't want that. This is what I want. And this is going on for, like, 25 minutes. We're all, like, a couple drinks in. You're still hammered at that point, right? And, like, we've been getting free drinks and things.
That was one of the funniest things I ever saw when I was
drunk. You got these two Japanese guys that are just hanging out, like, what is happening?
They weren't ready because she tried flirting with them. English was not their first language. And to have, like, real-life Godzilla, basically, is what they were looking up at her like.
Well, then, all of a sudden, she just whips out her boobs.
Oh, my God.
She whips them out. She's like, you don't want this?
Oh, my God.
And all of a sudden, I looked at you...
It was like melted silly putty.
I was like, is this really happening? Like,
mind you, this is not a closed room. This is just the corner of the casino where, like,
on the floor.
We could see Carla's bitch ass taking other people's money.
Alright, so this all happens. Bevo's having this conversation with this behemoth. We then go and I'm like, I'm gonna start betting again, right? So we go back to the blackjack table, and I start playing, and there's this African American dude that just is like, why? Because he's been watching us the entire time. Your mic's muted, but, like, this dude's been watching it, and he's like, yo, you are in a bad way, like, you guys, like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but, like, shit's going wrong for you.
Yeah, oh my God. Well, yeah, because we were just losing money, champing cigarettes, and enjoying the show, if you will.
The chaos that is occurring, right?
Yeah.
So then, I believe this is how it happened, right? And tell me if I'm wrong. But I believe that she tried to kiss the Bevo, and he was like, fuck off. I don't want that mouth. I want that.
Yeah.
I then am smoking a cigarette, and she's, like, towering over me, right? And she just plants a kiss on me.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, oh shit, right?
Oh my God.
But I'm in the embrace of someone that's 4 times the weight of me.
Oh yeah.
So I'm trying to, like, do the drop down, right? Like, trying to escape it.
Yeah.
But then it's like I looked around to see if anyone else saw it. Cause I was like, I was just egregiously attacked.
I cannot fight off this attacker.
Yeah, but did she kiss you also?
No, she grabbed my family jewels. She grabbed my family jewels, and then I stayed away from her.
Well, so now I've been living with this for years, and at least we have never kissed.
Thank God.
So
Thank God.
So then that happens, right? So like now we're dealing with all of this stuff where it's like I feel uncomfortable because I was just attacked. BiggBuddah feels uncomfortable because he was just attacked.
We were sexually assaulted that night.
Bevo feels like I can't get that ass.
Yeah, I don't know where that man's mind, because it started as depression, let's make money, and then the conversation with her went so long that I was like, is that...
Well, so then
we're all joking still, right?
Well, so then we go and start betting again, and I turn around and she's making out with the the two Japanese guys, right? She's like feeling them up, like their eyes are like, oh my God, America, you know?
So fucking sad, dude.
And then we go to smoke more cigarettes, as we do, right? So we're smoking again, and she's still standing there, and now it's been like an hour and 30 that we've been doing this rotation of betting and stopping, betting and stopping.
Betting, smoking, yeah.
And how would you best describe the dude that spawned?
Oh my God, the guy from the ether? Oh my fucking God.
So we're standing there, we're chilling with her. She's still like trying to grab at Nihal's junk. She's still trying to make out with me and the other two Asian dudes. She's still
wants to hook
Bebo.
up with us.
Yeah. She's like, I got a room. We can link up. Do you have a car? You know, like we could do things. Like she brainstormed a lot of ways that we can make it work. Which we were not trying to do. None of us were trying.
But yeah, then out of the fucking ether. You know what? If you've seen Billy Madison, you know the principal that sends him the note of "I'm horny." It was it was a mini version of that guy.
All right, so can I tell you how I explain what he looks like?
Yeah, please.
If you take a toad and you just make the legs and the body like stretch down, so it's like stubby legs, but like big torso, but like bulging eyes and like toad head.
Yeah.
That's what I.
No neck too.
No neck, just straight body. That's the way I've explained it to people.
Yeah, that's about right. That is about right.
Like
God, that's eerily accurate.
He came walking with a strategy involved. Like he came with purpose of like.
He came walking up like, hey, I'm big dick here.
Yeah, and it was crazy because I'm not a tall person. I'm 5'3.5" when I wear shoes. All right, like I'm not a tall person, but I was taller than him. Right? He probably had me by about 50 pounds.
More than 50 pounds.
But like he came walking in like I'm about to rip these three dudes. Who Bevo was like a good athlete, like
this is what he was training for. Yeah, he was training for college ball.
He was trying to get to the NFL. Like he's someone you don't mess with.
He was in real good shape. He was in. Yeah, I think he's like 6'1", something like that.
Yeah, 6'1", and you are no slouch either. And he came up to three of us like, I'm about to throw down with you.
All to protect his damsel. His fucking
do you remember what she said?
I don't remember what she said to him.
I'm just hanging out with my new friends. These are my friends.
Oh, we're just talking. I remember that when he was ready to drag her away. Yeah. Oh my God!
It's like you're.
Mind you, this man was like fucking 3 feet away from her. He was right the fuck there, and she was still flirting the fuck with all of us.
Which we didn't want. None of us wanted.
As this man is trying to tell us about how this is his girl, and she's had a little too much to drink, and she doesn't mean anything. As he's saying she doesn't mean it, she's telling us that she fucking means it.
Yeah,
and we're like,
she would. Okay. She's like, once he goes to bed, they meet up. Oh. And it's like, what? This is wild.
If I remember correctly, she offered to give Steve the room number, or her room card.
Yeah, Yeah, to that extent. That once the boyfriend was, who, in my opinion, was completely sober. Like,
Yeah, he seemed completely. He didn't seem like he had a good time at the casino at
yeah,
all.
like he was having the same time we were having, which
Yeah,
was losing a lot of money, but at least we had her to entertain us, which he didn't.
yeah,
He
we
didn't
had
have
great
her.
entertainment.
So now
Oh,
we've lost money. We've had this interaction. Now we're looking at the situation as, all right, what do we do? So we took out more money to bet and try to win more.
let's try and get back.
Try to catch, try to catch up.
Worst thing you could do, okay, viewers, don't go and try and fucking
Chase it.
throw all your money. Yeah,
So
sometimes it works out. Sometimes it works out, but a lot of times it does not.
so now we lost. All of us lost all our money. We have zero entertainment going on, and now we have to leave. So we get into my car, and Bevo is crying in the back seat.
Bevo's in the back seat. Yeah, Bevo's in
Crying.
the back seat, literally crying, not saying a fucking word.
And
Not saying a word.
Big Boot is next to me, and he's just like, he doesn't even want to look me in the eye because he's like,
Because it was like,
I
it
just
started
lost all
out
my
great
money.
night.
I just
Yeah, it
lost all my
started out
money.
great night. Now we're poor as shit.
No, not only that, I've hit a deer, totaled my car,
Mhm.
have no money. Like, it was just this culmination of things, right? So then, I'm then trying to leave the parking garage. And there's a $15 charge on the parking garage. But I only have I have $16 in my bank account. But because of that, there's a surcharge on like taking out money.
Yep.
So I wouldn't have enough to then take out money to pay the parking garage. So then I drive up and I'm just like, we did the stupidest thing. We just spent all our money at the casino. I don't have the money to do this. We have to get home. Like, I'm explaining.
We straight up, we did not bullshit at all. We told that attendant at the fucking gate. We told her everything.
Yeah, I was like,
We told her
my
everything.
voice crying in the back. Like, we really fucked up. And she looked at me and goes, "Get out of here." Like, I'm sorry, but get out of here. So she let us go for free.
Thank God.
Dude, I didn't know what to do if that wouldn't have happened, right?
We were in such a shit mood, but I don't know if you remember. It was actually kind of beautiful outside.
It was.
It was like it was snowing. If I remember correctly, it was snowing that morning.
Yes.
And it looked beautiful when we left. Oh, it's daytime now, by the way.
Oh, so now it's like I'm driving back. We probably left at about like 5:30 in the morning from AC. Now we're getting back around 7:30. I have to drop Big Buddha off at his car, so we parked it at a buddy's apartment building, and
Yeah, just the general parking.
yeah. So I dropped Bevo off. He's still like crying, honestly, and
Yeah.
then it's just me and Big Buddha. I drop him off at his car, and thank God for that. I waited there because
Seriously.
when Big Buddha tried to start up his car, it wouldn't start because he left the headlights on that got busted out by the deer.
Yep.
So then there's like movers like doing shit. And I asked him like, we were trying to push his car, but it was going uphill. So it was like
They're like 20, 25 yards away from us. They are not far.
yeah, so like a little less than that in my opinion. But like they were
Yeah.
not willing to help us jump your car.
At
Right.
all.
So we figure it out because that's what we do. We just figure shit out and we start.
Mhm.
We get the car jumped. We get it that he can drive his car. I'm going home. It's now been over 13 hours that we've been from the start to finish, right, of this event. And I get home.
All of us are broke now.
Yeah, all of us are broke. Big Boo doesn't have a car. Bevo has zero money. I have $16 in my account.
Oh.
And
I was dreading that shit because I have to go home and explain that now.
I remember I just went home and like I literally just slept for like 23 hours in depression.
Yeah, I passed the fuck out after getting verbally destroyed by my parents.
My parents never found out. My parents never
Well,
found out, but
my parents found out not about the whole trip, just the van.
just the van.
Just the van.
You can't hide that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It was strategic. The way that I gave them information was strategic, where I was like, I'll let them know about the shit that I know that they're going to know.
So,
and if I tell them that part, then they won't even think that there was anything else to it.
This is the shady part of our lives, where we were doing things that we knew was wrong, right? We knew shit was wrong, but we were still doing certain things that were shady, and we didn't want to tell our parents. Now, I would be happy to tell my parents. I've told them so many stories that are just so ridiculous.
Dude, I love having story time with my parents, because literally I'll tell them when it's something that I know that they're not going to be happy. I'm like, well, it's good that now we can laugh at this. Is how I always start the story.
Your parent goes, oh fuck, one of these stories again.
My mom always says, she's like, you know what? I don't like the stories when it's only you're the one that could laugh at it. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Well, no, I mean, like, that's true. Like, there is a limit of like what.
Oh, 100%. There's definitely still stories that I would not. There's still stories that I would probably keep under wraps.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that there's certain. I actually don't know about that. I think that like I'm pretty comfortable in most situations of like. I know I did wrong, right? So you asked me the other day on the pod, I think it's the first pod, to be honest, that like if there was something in life that you could change, what would it be?
Well, yeah. Would you change? Yeah, would you change it?
Your thought on that was, no, because I got to this point because of it.
Yep.
Right? But mine was, I would change something that like people don't think about, but it weighs on me.
Word.
And I think that's something that, like, other people don't think about, right? Like, other people don't understand how they affected other people. So I have teachers in my life that I've literally said to them, like, you had a profound effect on my life, and I really do appreciate it.
Hell yeah. And I've reached out to a few teachers on Facebook and shit.
Well, so
to just be like, I'm glad to see you doing well, type shit.
Do you want to know what happened for me?
Huh?
Majority of those teachers that I reached out to did this. They either said, "Who are you?" Or they said, "Oh, you're Angel's brother."
You say, "Who are you?"
Or they say like, "I'm my sister's brother."
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I mean that's true, but like I'm saying that you affected me as an individual like really well.
Me as a student.
Apparently, I had zero effect on you. Like it kind of hurts my feelings sometimes, where it's like, oh fuck,
that's
like
up.
I'm nothing to these people.
That's fucked up, yo. Oh, that's fucked up.
But it is what it is. Like, I want them to know.
I mean, hey,
good teachers
they got
hella
students and shit.
You know, they're good teachers need to know. Like you.
Hell yeah. Well, I always say, I mean, this is in a broader sense, but people are always so quick to air their concerns and criticisms, but when someone has something really great, the first thought isn't to give that compliment or notify them that whatever the service is, wow, I found this really great. People don't think to do that.
Well, so like, I don't know where this term came from, but I absolutely love it. It's like giving people their flowers, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Like, it's a concept that we didn't have growing up, but like it came into the ether, and I fully support it.
Props where props is due. Always.
I think that's a really real thing that like we should do more of as a society, and kids should do for their own parents, for their own aunts and uncles, for just people in life. Because my greatest fear is I'm going to die randomly one day, and I didn't sign off with you and say, "Hey, bro, love you, kid." Right?
Yeah, but we have though.
So
that is never a question in either of our minds.
No, but like at the same time, like I then, and this is for everyone to like talk about, and this is my mentality: is I'm not afraid to die necessarily because I try to live every day as if I could die today. So I
Yeah,
try to
because you
open
could.
doors. I try to be kind. I try to be loving. I try to do the right things. And of course, I have bad days. Everybody has bad days.
Of course.
But I try to be that if something were to happen to me today, it's not going to affect it. It doesn't matter because everyone that I love knows that I love them.
Hmm.
I didn't leave anything on a negative note.
That regret of I wish I said this or I
Yeah,
wish I said that to someone.
everybody's thought is like my last conversation with Nemo and Timon was like love and support.
Oh yeah.
And so that's why, like, if I died tomorrow, you know where I'd be at. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it'd suck. You know, my wife knows where it'd be at. Like, it sucks, but at the same time, we put in as much positive energy into the ether that we hope that we can connect with one person.
Hmm. I always conduct myself as the I don't know if I want to say the person that I want to be, but the society that I want to see. You know what I
Interesting.
mean?
Yeah. Do you want to hear something crazy that like I heard
Mm.
about? So in the U.S., we are set in the U.S. We do have an immigration issue with borders and things where people are just coming in undocumented and we don't know who they are. Is it acceptable? Is it not? It's your opinion. We all have opinions.
Hmm.
Um, but with
There's
that,
always arguments in every case.
yeah, absolutely. So where's kind of the line?
Well, see, that's the toughest part. I mean, that's the reason everything is happening right now is because that line is so difficult. It's so difficult that you have people that won't cross over on that line, which is what causes whoever has that party lead, they're gonna get their
Well,
viewpoint
well,
out.
so my thing is like when I say that I give you that prompt, you think of a certain specific ethnic group,
Oh, like that.
right? Right? So like I put out that blanket statement and your mind and my mind automatically go to one specific ethnic group. But the problem is global.
Oh, for sure.
The
For
problem
sure. I Now look, I'm when I'm thinking about it, I'm not looking at just one ethnic group. I do think that it's in the whole. Okay, so this might be controversial, this might not, I don't know.
bring it
But
on.
so the US was founded as the melting pot of the world is what our country was called is called, I guess. Um but it was because we had so much power because we had so much going on in this country, right? It was within this country that we made that power, which meant that we were able to hold on to it. As the world continues, you can't just continue to do everything, or most things yourself. It starts having to be like what we're doing now with trading with all the other fucking countries, right? And that's that's all well and good, and because of that change that's happened, we have lost. We're still a superpower in the world because of military, because of I guess money, even though we're in crazy debt. But I feel like times have changed enough at this point that we don't have to be the shepherds of the world anymore.
I would
In all
agree.
honesty,
I would agree that we shouldn't be the shepherds of the world. I think every country should kind of like
but I think that
handle their
everyone
shit.
still looks at us as that. That's what's
Well,
causing a lot of problems. Is that did you see how when there was I don't remember where it was, but there's refugees going on. We had taken in a whole bunch of refugees, and then we said, okay, that's it. We can't take anymore. And then the other countries started being like, "Oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this." Blah blah blah, dragging America's name because we did the most that we could. You cannot expect that the U.S. is still able to take any country in the world and aid them in every single fucking way possible. We're at a point where we're not as strong, just like you are in real life. When you're a fucking teenager, you got all the strength, right? You're able to do all that shit. As you get older, you need a little bit of help. You don't have that same power. So we can't still be that boon for everyone to just come here.
I agree, but I would like to break that down a little bit because I don't.
Yeah.
What I it's not that I don't agree with you on this, but like the original idea of individual states in the U.S., in my opinion, and this is how I kind of like the way I look at it, take it or leave it, is that the original reason why we made the states is so then like-minded individuals can move to that state and have like-minded laws for that state. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah, for sure. I
my
like
thing
that view.
is yes, there's federal law. If you kill someone, there's got to be a law for it, right? If you rob someone, like there's
Oh,
got
like
to be a law.
overarching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
overarching, right? But now we're getting to a point that's taking away the rights of each state. So if you're a state that wants to ban abortion, that's your state. You should move there. If you want to ban abortion, move to that state that like does
Yeah.
that, right? You don't like it. I like where I live, but you don't agree with the politics of your own state. Move.
I agree with that. I fully agree with that.
That's the reason why we created states. We created rules, regulations that follow the mindset of the majority that live there.
Yep. If you're not part of that majority and it's that much of a problem to you,
Move.
go to your majority.
Yeah. Move. Go get the fuck out. But now we have so many people that are going, well, my opinion matters. That it's like they will not move on principle.
There's almost too many people that think that their opinion matters more than it actually does.
Look at us. We are having a podcast because we think our opinions matter.
True. Hey, I don't think my opinion matters. I think my opinion is interesting, at least.
No. So we are just bringing these points up of conversation because I don't think enough Americans understand these delineations of what a state is, right?
No, but that comes from the privilege of being American. That's what that is. We get our way.
Okay, so we have American privilege, right?
100%.
Do you believe in white privilege?
Do I believe in white privilege? Yes, but not. Yes, I do, but in situations, not just in
an
every
overarching thing
aspect.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's in every aspect. I think certain situations, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so if you're in India, do you have Indian privilege over a white person?
100%. Well, India's different though. India's different. This also might not be controversial. Me and my parents actually talked about this. Indian people, for whatever the fuck reason,
well, caste systems are also involved, so there is.
Yeah, of course, but regardless of any of that, Indian people, for whatever the fuck reason, and I'm not saying all, and it may just be regions, but Indian people, in the most part, they value white people more than they value Indians themselves. So if we went to India, my Indian privilege might get me some pricing off when we go shopping and shit like that, but your white privilege in India goes way further than it ever does over here. You're an immediate, basically, celebrity. My sister-in-law just went to visit last year, October,
and she's
November.
Caucasian.
She is, yeah, she's white. She went with my brother to India. My brother was like, he literally said it was like walking with a fucking celebrity. People were stopping her to take pictures with her on the street. She is not
it's like being black
she's nobody
in Japan.
famous. But...
No, it's like being black in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
exactly. That's the only reason I say I can't equate the favor over here. I cannot equate to India because it's too different. It's too different.
So, like, going through life, we both have had a countless amount of racist and discriminatory actions that have been put towards us. Countless.
Yep.
To the point that, most of our Caucasian American friends could never fathom. They just don't understand it. They think it's BS. They don't believe us
I
sometimes.
mean, in real life, they've been very surprised when we've told them about situations that have
or
actually
we are
truly
in
happened.
one, and they
Exactly.
don't know how to they don't know how to comport themselves. They're just like,
Yep.
oh, dude, this just happened, and we just let it roll off.
And it's like it's happening, but it's happening again. That's all.
Yeah, it's
Don't
another
worry about
day,
it.
right?
Yeah.
So like, I just look at certain scenarios where being a minority, we growing up in America, there is a level of just racism that you have to put up with.
Hmm. You gotta see it and try not to take it personally, because honestly, it just maybe that's the wrong thing. Maybe that's the wrong thing, because I know, playing devil's advocate at least, that there are people who believe, oh no, that shouldn't be a thing at all. You should raise your
Oh
voice
yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah. Oh,
be
you know what I
heard and
would
all
do in
this.
that situation?
And it's like,
You know how many times we'd be arrested if that happened?
hell yeah,
Like
dude.
we'd
When
be
you're in
felons
a
at that point.
building, when you're in a building surrounded with everyone of like mind except for you, what the fuck are you? What are you gonna do
Well,
in
I
that
think I told
situation?
you this in 2020 when COVID was going on. We sent a, a couple boxes of presents and things to Colombia, right?
Yeah.
And we're in a Hispanic area, so we went to go eat good food, good Colombian food. So we leave the restaurant and we're walking back to my car, and I'm not masked up at this point because I'm outside, like.
Yeah.
But this homeless Hispanic dude stands up, gets in my face, and in Spanish tells me, "COVID's your fault. Get the fuck out of my country."
What the fuck? That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
And
At least if you're gonna be racist about the right race.
right, well, so then my wife got like super worried because she knows like if someone's gonna front with me, like something could definitely happen, right?
Of course.
So I just smiled because I thought it was hilarious because it took me a second to process exactly what he said, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so I just like I smile at him, and she goes, "That's what scared me more." Because I thought you were smiling because you were like, "I'm gonna enjoy this.
I'm gonna murder you.
I'm
Yeah.
going to enjoy doing this to you."
Yeah.
And I just looked at him and I go, "I'm not Chinese, bro."
Was he talking to me? I didn't even
Yeah,
realize.
yeah, I'm not Chinese. I was like, yo soy no chino.
For real though, I mean that's the best way to. I feel like at least with the situations that I've been in, when you respond like that, when you respond without having that huge emotional outburst, it takes away so much fucking wind from their sails.
Well, like when we were younger, I definitely had blow ups
Oh, of course.
of just like, nope, that's the line. You crossed it. We getting
Hmm.
into it. Win, lose,
Of,
draw. We
of
getting into
course.
it. Like I'm not playing that game. But with
You know,
age and wisdom, it's like you're an idiot.
before you learn what's really worth it and what's not in getting into that kind of a situation.
Yeah. You
Like
know.
it would take a lot. It would take a lot for me to have to beat the shit out of somebody.
Uh...
That's. I think I'm at a point now where a lot of it is more of I don't give a fuck what you think. But I mean, like you said, that comes with time, that comes with experience. After you
I
have
think it's
enough
like
of those experiences,
your
it's like
opinion is so minuscule in my universe.
yeah.
Your opinion on things is so minuscule.
In my world, you're an ant. Why do I give a fuck
Yeah,
what you
why
say?
would I ever choose to give you any
Yeah.
foothold in my life?
Yep. You're gonna ruin my day. I don't even know your name.
Agreed. Well, so guys, I think that this is gonna wrap this one up. But if you liked it, you liked the conversation.
I hope you guys enjoyed that little story. Yes, that all fucking happened. Yes, that
True
all
stories.
happened from one late night into one early fucking morning.
And unfortunately, we have we have more friends, more stories, more late nights that we could definitely go into. If you guys have any incredible stories that you'd love for us to talk about,
And if anybody goes into this, I would like to know what you guys are feeling. Are you guys feeling more story times, more reactions? What are you guys liking?
yeah,
If anyone watches, just saying.
yeah, no, I mean, just let us know. You can email us at NimonTank@gmail.com. You can, hit either one of us up on Twitch,
Yeah.
YouTube for
Tags
me.
are right there.
You know,
DM.
yeah, just
Let's
let us
go.
know. Let us know what's going
Let's
on.
have a conversation.
And that's what we're just trying to cultivate. You got a problem, we could talk about it. We could talk about it over days. We could talk it over weeks. We're just trying to give the best information that we have, that we've learned in the short time that we've been in this universe. So, next time you see the tank go up, hop in. Water feels fine.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Come join up.